Good evening, everyone. For the record, my name is Garrett Daigle. I'm the Assistant Town Planner, and this is the Town Plan and Zoning Commission. I'm going to start with a roll call. Robert Canto.
Here.
Rosia Afshar, I'm sorry.
No problem here.
Scott Halstead.
Here.
Liz Sanford.
Here.
Matt Bandel is absent. David St. Germain is absent. Bruce Polsky.
Here.
Mike Tucci is running late, and Peter Zarella.
Here.
All set.
All set?
All
right.
set.
Thanks, Garrett. A few housekeeping items here with some missing commissioners. If we could have, I got to keep it straight now. If we could have Bruce sit in for Commissioner St. Germain.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And Peter, if you could sit in for Commissioner Bandel.
Yes.
That'd be great. Thanks, guys. For those here online, just a quick note that public hearing number 2 is going to end up getting continued. So if anybody's here for that, we'll be doing that at the May 28th meeting.
I know it's been informal. When is this going to happen? This is our second time.
Oh, for May 28th, they're asking for continuances. I don't know if you have additional info.
You call the planning office the day before.
The day before?
Yeah, call it. It's the next meeting's a Wednesday, so just call it. We're closed for Monday for Memorial Day. Call Tuesday, and we'll let you know.
But thank you for coming. We'll look forward to.
Yes, thank you. We can't wait to.
We look forward to seeing you on the 28th.
Right.
Sorry
Look at
about
that. I cleared half the room. Just
You
one
did,
statement.
actually.
It's something you said. Apparently, I have a habit of doing that too. All right. I think that's all that business. The legal notice. Please,
Okay,
Liz.
I'd love to read that. Notice is hereby given that the Town Plan and Zoning Commission will hold a hybrid in-person and online public hearing on May 12th, 2025 at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall Council Chambers on the following applications. David Becker St. Germain application for special permit to conduct home business, cottage bakery, and farm stand for pickup of items and baking classes at 19 Ridgeview Drive in the R20 zone. Interested parties are encouraged to participate in this hybrid public hearing. Participation in person is at 1 Monteith Drive, Town Hall, Town Council Chambers, or online participation is via the link to the meeting on the Town of Farmington's website. A copy of this proposal is also online, or you can access it by calling the Planning Department at Farmington Town Hall. Dated at Farmington, Connecticut, this 24th day of April, 2025, Town Plan and Zoning Commission.
Thanks, Liz. All right. Well, we have one public hearing tonight, and that's for David Becker St. Germain, the special permit to conduct a home business. Come on up.
Good evening, members of the Town Plan and Zone Committee. My name is Kat Becker St. Germain, and I'm Dave St. Germain's wife. Dave and I are requesting a special permit to run a small business that involves selling baked goods, teaching baking classes in our home, and to allow people to pick up their bread from our house from a small cabinet on our porch located at 19 Ridgeview Drive. My husband Dave has been baking for almost 40 years and in planning for retirement is exploring things to keep him out of trouble in his free time. So for the cottage bakery, we have a cottage bakery license from the state of Connecticut. Customers would pick up their orders directly from us or from a secure cabinet located on our front porch. This location would make it difficult for anyone to see due to the slope of the road and surrounding bushes. See attached photos taken from the street. Pickup times will be between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., no more than 3 days per week, but most likely just one time per week. For the baking classes, there would be no more than 5 students per class. Classes would be held between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m., no more than 2 times per week, and it's more likely that this would only happen once or twice a month. In terms of parking, our driveway is approximately 100 feet long and can comfortably accommodate up to 7 vehicles. There's more than enough parking for both pickups or for students attending the classes. Our road is not busy, and due to my husband's baking capacity, 20 or so loaves, we're not anticipating a lot of traffic. There will be no signage for the business, and we do not plan on having non-resident employees.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the presentation. Let me turn it over to the commissioners and see if they have any questions. Bob, you're up first tonight.
All right. Thank you for the presentation.
You're
It
welcome.
was excellent. I just have a couple of quick questions and then I'll hold off. So how often are you planning on doing classes per month?
So that's not, at this point, there's nothing planned for classes. Let's see. Classes wouldn't be weekly. At the most, it would be 1 to 2 times a month.
Right.
And the classes, I
2
mean, he
times.
has listed from 9 to 8 PM, but it would be for, the classes would probably be 4 hours at a time. He just didn't know what time they would be held.
So that was my other question. How long were the classes? And you said it's going to be up to like 5 students?
At the most.
And then general baking, baking
Bread,
bread,
Bread.
strictly bread.
bread,
Interesting.
yes.
Yeah, no, I'm good for now. Thank you.
Rosa?
Thank you so much for your presentation. Just in terms of traffic, how do you see, do you have any concern about, people who are going in and out? Are you gonna accommodate everybody on your parking, on your driveway? Can they park there or do they have to use the streets to park, your street to park?
Most likely they would use the driveway unless it's busy, but we don't anticipate that to happen. There's going to be a lot of neighbors who would buy from us who would probably walk over, and the amount of time that we have for pickup, at the very most, it would be 20 because he can only make 20 moves at a time. So it really isn't going to be a lot all at once. So we're not concerned about the traffic at all.
I see. Thanks so much. And then how are you advertising this through just, are you going to create a website or?
He has a website
Oh, you
and he
already
has a list of people who are interested. So he would send out a mailing. At this point, he's thinking he would bake every other week. In the summer, it might be a little bit more, but he would send out an email. People would then be able to order from a link on the email.
Mm.
And so he would get his orders that way.
Perfect. Thanks so much. That's
Yeah,
all for
you're
me.
welcome.
Okay, Liz?
Thanks for the presentation, and I'm just like, I'd like to get on that list. Please, it sounds delicious. I think this is a really, it's a great opportunity. I think it's a very low impact, but good community builder. So
We're very
Good luck.
excited.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you again for the presentation. I have no new questions to add.
Okay.
And Peter?
I guess just, were you contemplating any sort of signage away from the house or anything
No,
like that?
no.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation.
So you mentioned the neighbors walking over. Have all the neighbors, I assume, know, and
Yeah.
they're all,
They're all
Comfortable with
very
it?
excited about it.
and is there a way, I would think you'd want people to park in the driveway as option number 1. It sounds like that's what you and Dave are planning.
Yeah.
Is that something he could put in those instructions that are, however he's going to get instructions to people, whether it's through his website or otherwise, just have it stated, please
I
Please
believe,
use the
I believe
driveway.
it's on the website.
It is, okay.
Yes.
okay.
The website is really nice. It's,
I'll have to
the
check.
name of it is Barking Beagle Breadworks. So you can look that up, www.barkingbeaglebreadworks.
Thank you. I think that's all the questions I have. Any other commissioners come up with questions?
That's an interesting name. Where, do you have?
Let me guess, you
beagle
have a
that
beagle?
barks?
Yes, we have a very cute beagle.
Oh,
Barking
nice.
Beagle
That's,
Breadworks.
that's where it comes from.
Just out of, this is more curiosity. What types of breads? Is it sourdough? Or is
He's
it-
all sourdough, organic, tries to get local flour. He gets flour from a place in Chicopee, Mass.
Okay.
So it's all organic sourdough.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend now. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, put me on the list too. I'm in.
All right. Anybody else? Additional questions?
We had such a great talent on the commission and we didn't even know about it.
I know.
Oh, He held out a little bit. But this is a public hearing, so if there's anybody in the room that would like to speak for or against this application, you can come on up. We just have high school students in the room.
Yes.
Garrett, you want to check online?
Sure. If anyone from the public has called in to comment in favor or against this application, please use the raise hand function in Zoom. Again, if anyone from the public has called in to comment in favor or against this application, please use the raise hand function in Zoom. Mr. Chairman, there are no hands raised.
Thank you, Garrett. All right, any other
Thank you.
last questions or opportunities for discussion? All right, I'm going to close the public hearing. Can we get a motion and a second, please?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
guess
not
we-
meaning to look at you.
No,
Please keep
that's
doing it.
fine.
sorry.
Matt's not here, so
I-
I'm
I,
like,
had my
want me to
mouth-
do it, Bob? Or you-
Yes, I had my mouth.
Okay.
trying to
I was like,
I had a
I
raspy
know, we're
throat.
all
Sorry, I
used
know, I
to,
looked
we're
at
all
you.
used to the Matt world.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the application for special permit by David Becker Saint Germain for special permit to conduct home business at Cottage Bakery and Farm Stand for pickup of items and baking classes at 19 Ridgeview Drive in the R20 zone.
Second.
one quick question, Garrett.
Yes.
Shannon put in the agenda review, there's 2 articles. Does
Oh,
this one motion
a good point.
cover both special permit requests? I just realized.
Yes.
I think it does, but I wanted to check.
Yeah, as long as it says farm stand and home business,
Okay.
which I think you,
Okay.
Liz did.
All right,
Yeah,
said
that
the
it's
whole
because it's
thing.
technically 2 special permits,
okay,
but it's one, you're not having one without the other. It's just the way it
Okay.
works out.
perfect. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Yes,
Okay.
She left.
She left?
I think. she-
It's okay. I will
it's-
tell
she-
that.
She
I looked
thought
up, I'm like,
she thought her
what? All right.
presentation was
Yeah.
done.
It
and-
was so good, she just dropped the
Okay,
mic and walked out.
Okay, night,
All
night.
right, time to
We're done.
adjourn.
We're done.
All right.
Yeah,
Wow.
we
All right.
literally
The
are
vote
done.
to expel
We're
Mike
Talk
done.
about walking in on a stage.
All right, don't make me use this for the first time.
Those are some.
So
bright
So,
ideas.
planners
We do
report.
need,
Yeah.
not yet,
Oh.
not yet. We gotta have a motion.
got
and
a ways
second
to go.
To continue, item.
Oh,
number 2.
that's right.
So staff did get an extension request on Friday, so that it just wasn't shared with the commission yet. It's up on the screen.
Okay.
But requesting extension to the May 28th Wednesday meeting.
Okay. You can have this one.
All right. I would like to make a motion to extend the Richard Jones application for change of zone from CR to C1, posted in the town clerk's office, special permit and site plan to construct 3 contractor buildings, work within the flood perimeter overlay zone, waiver for impervious coverage and waiver for interior landscape located at lot 8556 New Britain Avenue, adjacent to 544 New Britain Avenue, to May 28th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes. Now, planners report.
All right, I've got a few. So first up, the affordable housing development on South Road, 80 South Road. They're looking to put in a small 10 by 16 storage shed in the parking lot for storage of maintenance equipment. The proposed location is over the pervious pavement in the parking lot. So we've requested that staff has requested that the floor be sealed to make it impermeable, so that way nothing will leak out of the building and into the pavement and then through the drainage system. So here's South Road. Here's 90 South Road. Here's 80 South Road, and they're looking to put it in these 2 parking spaces here, way at the corner. It's a Cloder Farm shed, and that's what it looks like. So if anyone has any objections, it's not even a structure that requires a building permit 'cause it's under 200 square feet. As long as no one's got any objections, we'll just give them the go ahead. Again, with the sealed floor.
And it's obviously not affecting the amount of parking you need. to
No, because on the 80 South Road building side, that's where the Favar units are.
Oh.
And there's not very many vehicles associated
Okay.
with that. Parking lot's fairly empty.
Is that unit fully occupied now? Both of them?
I don't know the exact percentage, but fairly well occupied.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's not near the dumpster or anything, right?
No, the
Okay. I
So-
forgotten where the dumpster is.
so the dumpster's right here.
Okay.
I know it's hard
Oh,
to see.
way
Sorry.
away.
The dumpster's here, the shed's in the far corner.
Makes a ton of sense.
Not even close. Yeah, not even close to the building. It's quite far away.
Do you know how they plan to seal the floor? Is it going to be a physical barrier?
Probably an
or coating?
epoxy base sealant.
Epoxy thing?
Yeah. I don't think we have a specified. Yeah, I mean, staff will review whatever they propose to make sure it's sealed. It won't be like a rubber membrane or anything like that.
Understood.
All right. Next, we have a sign application for 1055 Farmington Avenue. This is for Coldwell Banker. They're moving their offices to the back building in the Casinos Plaza. And I can show you where that is.
The old behind back at Cagino's.
Oh,
Yes,
gotcha,
yes.
gotcha, gotcha.
That's the
I
landmark
just
I was
wasn't sure
looking
which
for.
one.
Thank you. Yes.
We're lost. I'm sorry. All right. Yes.
Just like the coding school back then.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's
Dance school.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong building. Here we go. Here is the driving range. Here is 1055 Farmington Avenue. This is where Cagino's was. This is the building that they're looking to put the sign in. It's a small sign, 80 by 24. And they're only taking half of the lease space. So that's why it's off centered. They'll put in a new light above. But again, as long as no one has any objections, we'll just tell them to go ahead with the permit. We'll have the normal condition of the lighting temperature and the brightness.
Sounds good.
All right, 2 for 2. All right, and the last one is determining whether the commission wants a special permit for moving trees along the ridge line. So the home at 16 White Oak, which is right here, they came in, I believe it was last year, for a site plan application to add on to the home right here and then bump out here. They're looking to remove some trees on the east side of the house, so the side away from the ridge line. And here's the home, here's the ridge line, and here's our 150-foot upland review area, ridgeline protection zone. This is not. All right, so let's start here. So this is facing west. So the house is in front, the ridge line's on the opposite side of the house. There's three trees that they'll definitely remove. There's this tree, which is kind of leaning towards the house. A small hemlock that's just barely higher than the home. This tree here. They're also requesting to remove this rather large tree. Staff's requested an arborist report for that one to make sure that it's not savable or it needs to come down. And I'll point all these out on the aerial photo. Let's see. There's also a clump of a birch, a hemlock, and I think an ash tree behind the garage. I don't know why the Zoom isn't working. There we go. And then this larger tree. So the first clump of trees was over here. That's where the tree that we're asking for an arborist report is for. And then here we've got the hemlock and the birch. And then you've got this large maple. And then there's other trees that they'll be removing on the other side, outside the ridgeline protection area. I did go out to Town Farm Road near the Polo Grounds to try and see if you can see anything. When they came in for the site plan approval, they came in, they provided a sight line map, and Mountain Lane off of Old Mountain Road pops up a little bit and then it dips down so that you actually don't even see White Oak from Town Farm Road. So here's the trailers, there's the pen, and I'll show you, I've got some sightline drawings, so I'll show you those as well. Here's another one, again, looking east towards the property. And then here is near the caretaker shack, the caretaker's house at the Polo Grounds. I'm just going to point out this area right here, this brown area, that is a property at 184 Talcott Notch, and I'll show you where that lies in that line so you can kind of get an idea of where this is. 1 second. So here's 16 White Oak. Here's the additions to the house. The ridge line's on this side. So here's the first photo from about here, looking directly east, and then midway, and then the caretaker shack. And this is 184. Talcott Notch,
Hmm.
which is that brown
That
spot,
brown spot.
Oh, okay.
which is right there.
Yeah.
So the trees in between kind of shield the house.
Mhm.
And then the trees, I thought I had the trees on the ridge line side of the house end up being taller than the house. Like, I had a better photo, I'm sorry. There we go. So these trees all along the ridge line are staying and they're taller than the house.
Mhm.
So it's whether the commission wants a special permit or not for selective removal of trees.
So is it special permit or the town
Or,
works with them on this? or
yes,
the two
yeah,
options?
or staff works with them. on
Yeah,
this.
staff, excuse me, that's the right word, yeah.
Is this the same family that we asked to make some plantings to compensate for what they cut down?
No.
Is that-
No, they don't have
Different
any
animals.
ridge line violations.
No,
That
it's
was,
different.
there was,
Remember that one?
That-
That was the brown.
Oh, that was
yeah,
the
there
one.
was 37 Prattling Pond and 61 Eli Road, where there was another one. I don't remember, but it was on Eli.
Yeah.
No, this isn't part of that. Yeah, they haven't cut any trees along the ridge line as far as we're aware.
This is, I'm trying to think, this is the one that they were bumping out the back, right?
Yes,
Isn't
the front away from the ridge line.
Yeah.
So they added this bump out
Oh,
here,
right.
and then
Yes,
they added a 3-car garage here.
correct. Yeah.
And
So they
why-
removed a couple trees here as part of that construction.
So are they just worried about the house safety?
That's what.
These, yes, the ones over here, they're gonna be making it a loop driveway.
Gotcha.
They haven't settled on the final location of the driveway yet. So that's why some of these are, and then these will have to come out as part of that driveway, but because by the time you get the driveway dug in, you'll be digging the roots out.
And did you say some of them were ash?
I
What
think,
Ashes are lasting with emerald ash borer around here.
yeah, I think it's kind of hard to tell because the leaves are up high. I know there was a mix of hemlocks, maples, an oak, and I think an ash
Okay,
and birches.
so we got some ash, we got some, so we got potential infestations from woolly adelgids and,
Right, and
the
and
ash borers.
we can request that we need an arborist report on any trees that want to be removed if that's what the commission wishes. Definitely the larger trees, the staff definitely wants that, the bare minimum, just to confirm. Because those 2 trees are quite tall. They kind of tower over the home. So thoughts either way?
So I'm not advocating for a special permit by any stretch, but the skeptic in me wonders why this didn't come up. Like those trees were there when they did all the planning, what's changed?
Mhm.
I don't know why the plans changed. I think they had a arborist out to come look at removing some of the trees for the driveway. And they have said that some of those trees, they're leaning towards the house, some of them. And they just might not have thought of it at the time of the
Fair
permit.
enough.
Mm.
I said my piece.
Once you start putting up the building
Yeah.
and you start seeing the trees that
Yep.
we have
Yep.
concern over.
I can understand that too. Okay.
Things-
Yeah, I mean,
Things look closer and lean.
Lean more,
More,
especially when
yeah.
you spent all that money. Yeah.
does anybody feel like we should have a special permit? Maybe we ask it
No.
that way.
Do we have any trails close by or?
I don't believe so. This is all a residential area.
Okay.
I think,
Side is total.
yeah, Clatter Valley is further down. Let's see. If anything, they would be land trust trails. Yeah, the land trust owns 8535 Mountain Spring, which is abutting. Everything else is privately owned. So here's 16 White Oak. Here's the land trust property. Which is that no, I'm not sure.
It backs up the land trust property. Do we need a letter from them before we allow this?
Not, it would only be if there was a public hearing with a special permit. Because it's not on the land trust, it's on the homeowner's private property on the other side of the ridge line.
Far side.
Right, so they don't have a particular interest in this case. Fair enough.
fine, staff. didn't have-
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sensing anything otherwise.
Okay.
I think, yeah, if staff is, especially the one tree that you've already flagged, I think that's good.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
No one else agree?
I think we're all with you.
All right.
Yeah.
So you get to go take another walk in the woods, Ken.
I do that weekly at this point.
Mhm.
I'm sure.
I'm
This
sure.
time of year.
All right. That is it, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Any questions for Sarah?
No, just thinking if anything had come up that. Not that I can think of. Nothing exciting happening in town.
It's fairly quiet right now.
Knock on wood. All right.
Okay,
Oh, you know what? Oh,
go ahead.
I know, no, I'm just thinking because it just popped in. Have we had any issues with all those approvals we gave last year because of all the water that we had this past week? Like especially up like on Eli Road and Talkit Notch and all them where they were all afraid of the flooding and all that. Has there any issues been?
Not that we have gotten complaints about. It was raining pretty much all week last week.
Right.
So
If you didn't hear
We're-
about it, I don't think you're going to.
yes, we usually get a call from either the highway department, or people in the area. Like I said, I am out doing erosion control inspections about every week or every 2 weeks. I'm due to check on some of our major projects, and they're not necessarily the large projects, they're just the messy projects. That have, they're on a slope or there's other issues that we have to deal with. But we haven't gotten any calls. I'm gonna go out probably tomorrow or Wednesday. And then I usually come up with a list of things that we need addressed.
Yeah, I know we had a couple big projects that, neighbors were worried about their house floating away. And
Mhm.
with the amount of water we had, now would be a perfect time to know if it worked or not. It's perfect.
Yeah, but nice
Yeah.
long term if we could do something with Meadow Road. 'cause that's
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's better when it was before they put that.
You guys
drainage
did a
in when they first moved here.
great job on,
Yeah, right.
by the Coles, Aquabic. I went over there today and it's paved now. The little inlet by the Aquabic, that was
Oh.
just like a big, pond that was
Oh.
ponding up.
Ah, okay.
I'm assuming the town filled that in because it wasn't land trust.
Could be, I'm not quite sure.
Okay. I just
There
thought
you
you
go.
might have had your hand. in it.
Might have been the highway department if anything.
Oh, they do.
I did have one other question. I'm sorry, we got 2 more minutes. We can be still done. Gas station, or the convenience store at Feeneman and
6.
Six. They took it down and they put the barricades up.
I don't know if they've applied for the building permit yet. It was, the building was taken down for the blighted building.
Right.
Ordinance, so that way that would clear that out and we would stop fines. I don't know if they've pulled the permit yet. If anything, they might be working with the state and that takes a while to get through the
I
state.
remember
Okay.
correctly, he said he was looking for investors. He
Oh.
wasn't gonna start building until he got investors, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
okay. I couldn't
Oh.
remember. I just went that way recently and
Yeah.
got me thinking.
Right.
So. And then I forgot, did they ever, well, they don't know about water table and I should say underground tanks and any issues? Did they dig any of that stuff up or find
thought
any
those were all-
problems?
Not that I think because the tanks were already removed. I
think
don't
they're already
think.
Oh,
removed
they
'cause
were?
Yes.
a lot of
Okay,
them
I
was
guess I
just
forgot
gravel
about
now.
that.
Yes.
Forgot.
gravel.
Oh, yep, you are
Because they dug it
correct.
up and then just left gravel there.
Right.
Okay, that's right.
Right.
Okay, good. Just no news is good news then, when it comes to that. Okay. I won't find anything else.
All right, I'm gonna try it. Can we get a motion in a second for the minutes from the April 28th meeting, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the April 28th, 2025 Town Plan and Zoning Commission meeting.
All those in favor?
I,
Aye. Opposed, abstentions, meeting adjourned.
I missed it.